This is Canna Corner. Hello, everyone. My name is Jason Dyer, and I am with Canna Corner. We are broadcasted live every Monday at 7 o'clock. I wanted to give a big, huge shout out to our sponsors that make all this possible. The Human Solution International, WJAE 420 Radio. They play the replay of Canna Corner on the radio every Wednesday at 2. And then KM 420 Radio. They replay it every Sunday at 2. So I know that it had some little difficulties getting started, but I promise you, we're on track. Today I got Miss Rhonda Agard coming on, and I'm going to go ahead and admit her because she's been waiting for a little while. Says she is joining. Hello, Miss Rhonda. We are live on Facebook.
Hey, Miss Candis.
Sorry about those difficulties. Heck yeah, y'all. So I met Rhonda through Ladies for Change. She is on Tanya Sands' Ladies for Change group that they were talking on. And so that's where I met her. She's an amazing, amazing woman. And she's got an incredible story to tell y'all. So without further ado, Miss Rhonda, would you like to tell everybody what it is that got you all involved and a part of being an activist and a patient?
I broke my neck when I was 37.
Oh.
It took me 2.5 years to walk and talk. And throughout that time, I was on various pharmaceuticals. For over 14 years, I was up to 44 pills a day plus my Dilaudid pump. And it just got to a point that after all these neurosurgeries, nothing was controlling the pain. And I had a surgery, another neurosurgery, and just stoned out of my mind on morphine and lollipops. My niece gave me her laptop and she said, Aunt Rhonda, you have to try to use your mind, anything. Well, I came across the game called Pot Farm. And I thought, well, it'd be like Farmville. Okay, well, I didn't know what Pot Farm was, nor did I know what cannabis was because I had never used it. And my earth angel, Mimi, followed me for almost 2 years, going back and forth to the hospital, trying to talk to me about cannabis and change my outlook on people who do use cannabis. Well, she finally did. And I went to my first hash bash. I did not partake the first night because I just was never around it. And instead of going with them, I went to a class that Project CBD was doing at the hotel. And that's how I got started in learning about the endocannabinoids and how this God-given plant can help heal you, help take you off the pharmaceuticals. You really have to want it too.
Yes, definitely. I mean, I know, and we were talking about all the side effects that the pharmaceuticals were causing you.
Mm.
And what's the difference now before and the way pharmaceuticals made you and now with cannabis?
August 17th will be 7 years that I've been pharmaceutical free. Prior to those 7 years, I never went out of my apartment. I never got up out of bed. My eye would droop, my mouth would droop, my leg would drag. I had my Dilaudid pump. I was taking 44 pills a day. I could not function. I thought I was. And how they could keep giving me, all this medication and not see that I was a shell. I didn't know who I was. I was lost for 14 years. And I thought I was going to be a lifer to the pharmaceuticals, but I'm not. This
Praise God,
God-given,
man. Awesome.
yeah, this God-given plant gave me back my life. I still have bad days. I still have pain, but at least cannabis allows me to cope with it. It's not always about the high. It's about the benefits that you can get from the cannabinoids that your body so desperately needs. And I take nothing for my seizures. I take nothing for pain. I still have to rely on the pharmaceuticals every now and then, but there's a place for it. My dope dealer is no longer my doctor who hides behind a white lab coat.
Right, right. And I think
Life
it's
is
so
good.
crazy how that, that's okay, to be on all these pharmaceuticals and stuff. But man, you talk about going to cannabis as an option. People just don't understand
Mm-mm.
that it helps so much, and there's so little side effects from cannabis. Like, you cannot die. Nobody's ever died on cannabis. You can actually, I mean, some people have a foggy mind or whatever when they smoke, but that's more people who are smoking in the beginning. Once you start smoking regularly, it's more like a uh just makes you level. It doesn't really get you giggly, you know what I mean, high anymore. It's more like just, you get used to it, you build a tolerance.
You do, and
And
it took me over 3 months to realize, and I'm not the one that realized it, the pain doctor did. When I went in, because every 3 months he would have to drain out the dilaudid, put
right.
new back in. And he's like, hey, he said, are you seeing another pain doctor? And I started laughing. I said, no, why? He goes, well, you still have medicine in your reserve, Rhonda. I said, oh,
Wow.
it's working. He goes, what's that? I said, cannabis, weed, CBD. And he goes, oh, that's snake oil. I said, oh, really?
Wow.
I said, humor me,
Yeah,
back
it's not
down my
snake
pain
oil.
pump. And he did. And it took me 2.5 years totally to get off of all the pharmaceuticals. So I
Right.
started my venture like 9 years ago. And then when I had just the pump left, I didn't take Suboxone, I didn't take methadone, I didn't take anything. I just used cannabis, I used RSO. And
Right.
if I always say by the grace of God, the movement and help from my friends, I'm where I'm at today. And no one should
Yeah,
be jailed for a plant that heals, but there's no profit in keeping people well.
exactly. Exactly. That's exactly what it is too. It's the profit. They're not able to make a profit off of healing people like they can giving them the cancer medication and all the medicine
Right.
they give them, and it's just crazy. Well, I know you say that you're living your best life now, right? And
Absolutely.
what would your recommendation be to someone who is thinking about coming off of their pharmaceuticals and trying cannabis?
You really have to do it with the guidance of your doctor, depending on the medication that you're on. And do your research. Talk to people who's using cannabis. Talk to people who, maybe it's chronic pain, maybe it's seizures, maybe it's anxiety. Talk to other people who are, who have the same issues. Keep a journal. Always start off low and slow because you can always add more. Once you get too high, it's it's hard to break down that high unless you use CBD, and that will balance you out. But if you start off low and slow, you can gauge how much medication it's going to take for you to be able to function, to be able to participate in life and not be nodding out or going on the couch or going to sleep. So it's trial and error. So that's why you really have to reach out to other people and hear them out. What works for me may not work for you, but you'll get ideas. And there's just so many different ways to consume cannabis, whether you smoke it, ingest it, vape it, dab it. They do different things. You get different effects from different ways of consuming cannabis. And you just have to learn what your regimen is for you.
Exactly. Like it's different strands, are for
Mhm.
certain things. So it's good to be able to, if you are in a legal state, go to a dispensary. Excuse me. And try the different strands. Like try and see which one works better for you, and talk to those people that are at the dispensary too, because they know a lot. They talk to a lot of different people, and people will tell them, this strand works for my depression. Yeah, I know you're laughing. Some dispensaries, if I ever opened one, I would be one that did that. Like I would be really into trying to help, the new person come in and learn about how to help themselves without the pharmaceuticals. But yeah, there are some dispensaries that won't.
That's why these groups
And
are so important.
unfortunately, here in Texas, group you can get involved with, man, I don't care who they are, but make sure it's a good person that just cares about helping people, not really about making money and stuff, but just people who care. I mean, I know that we got so many Canna family. I love all my Canna family. It's like
Mm,
we know each other even though we've never really met.
right.
And just
And
get involved with some people.
and that's why we need groups like this, because we need to spread the word. And believe me, I knew nothing about cannabis, absolutely nothing. I didn't smoke it, I didn't use it, I wasn't around it. I thought people that smoked cannabis were trolls that lived under a bridge. They were degenerates, didn't have a job. But it was okay for the doctor and I to take a Valium and him to have a cocktail while we're talking to the pharmacy rep, collecting our
Right,
bonus, and then going back and seeing the patient.
right. Well, heck yeah, I know that if anyone out there, I do want to put this call out because I know that there have got to be some dispensaries that have good people in them. So if you are in an area that has a dispensary where they actually help you, like we were just talking about, please hit me up and tell me who those people are so that I can send people their way. And how would people get a hold of you on Facebook, Rhonda?
They can always find me on Facebook under Rhonda Agard. And on my business page, I always post everything educational, informational, factual. I stay, now, if you're in Ohio, where I'm from, I stay up on the laws, up on the program, and you have to. You really do. And you really need to start decriminalizing, get out there, start forming groups, go from town to town. Toledo's decrimmed, no time, no fine. We can possess up to 199 grams. Just don't have it in baggies labeled, because then you're a dealer.
Right.
But
And what state are you in, just for the viewers to know
Ohio,
what area?
Ohio,
Ohio. Yes.
Northwest Ohio. But even here, we have I'm medical, we have dispensaries. Ohio has turned me into a criminal because I can't afford to go to the dispensary. Not only that, I have better meds than they carry in their shops.
Right.
You
And see,
know,
that's just it. It's so expensive that they're keeping the black market open by
Mhm.
doing that. Like, because I'm the same. I will use the black market until the stuff starts getting better.
Well, when I testified in front of the Ohio Senate Committee here in Toledo when they came, like I told them, Ohio has turned me into a criminal because I have to go across state lines to get my medicine.
Yeah, it's full, man.
And
It's
when
legal so many different places, and there's so much education and stuff. All they have to do is go look. It's just basically stalling to say that there's not enough
I,
scientific evidence.
I am walking, talking proof that it does work, and when you're on all those pharmaceuticals for all those years, you don't know who you are, you lose yourself, you don't know what normal is. You have no clue how to
Right.
love yourself or love anybody else because you're so numb to everything. So not only are you using cannabis to heal yourself, but then you also go through the spiritual, emotional, and physical because you have to heal yourself in those three areas too.
Exactly. I mean, you're right. Like, I was on Xanax 3 milligrams a day and I didn't care about anything, even things that you should
Mm.
care about. Like, that's what the medicine is there for, to make you not care, because my anxiety and everything was so high. So they just make me so low, and it makes you not give a crap. And I don't remember things that I should remember. My mind was all foggy. And just like you said, you get to be this certain person on a pill, and then when you're off of it, and all these feelings start flooding back in, you definitely need to seek somebody you can speak to and deal with those issues too, because there's always more than just the reason you're getting medicine for.
Well,
More to it.
now, when I first broke my neck, my children were young. Um, they seen the downcline. I mean, they seen it all. I had to go to the Diamond and Diamond Neurological Institute in Chicago. Um, they learned how to give me injections. My children found me overdosed, not at my own hands, but because of the mixture of the medication. And what child, should have to see that? And
Exactly.
I would still try to be, an involved mom, by chaperoning dances or, oh my God, I was the Easter bunny for the Elks that we belonged to. I don't remember any of it. I probably embarrassed the heck out of my kids. But now, now they can see the person that I should have been at 37 when I should have had this option. Maybe not in the beginning,
Right.
but it didn't have to involve over 14 years of of the pharmaceuticals to the point that I have to have a Dilaudid pump put in. And then when that didn't work anymore, I'm like, oh no, now what? Oh, well, we can add stuff to the pump, Rhonda. Okay, well, how am I going to get out of bed? I would have to crawl to my car. And if I couldn't drive, I would have to call a cab to take me to his office.
Facebook. So sorry, y'all. I don't know what's going on. My my internet is just totally unstable. But full deal. So I don't know that we have Rhonda back on. I'm going to have to hit her up and tell her I'm so sorry for cutting her off like that. But that's okay. So we got most of her story out, and y'all find her on Facebook. She is a great lady. She's also got a business, and look her up on her business page too. I will put all that in the link at the bottom of the Facebook page as soon as we get that going. So I'm going to go ahead and move on. I've got a few things I got to talk about today. And one of them is these shirts behind me. You see the shirts on either side? I'm doing a giveaway of both these shirts on the Canna Corner YouTube page. If y'all go over there, I'm like two people away from like 100 subscribers. And once that happens, I can get a URL link for my Canna Corner YouTube page. So I'm definitely looking forward to getting that URL. And as soon as we get the 100 subscribers, I'm going to take all the subscribers on the YouTube channel and put their names in a box and do a drawing for both these shirts. So there will be 2 winners. One will get the Walk for Change and one will get the concert shirt and a few other little goodie items. Another thing is, and sorry for those irrelevant over there that can't hear the or see what I'm pointing at, but they're shirts, and one of them is a tie-dye Walk for Change shirt. There were only a few of these made, so this is a big deal. I've got one on. These normally they're gray, so the fact that it's kind of only like a very small amount of those shirts were made. And then of course we got our concert shirt. I don't know if y'all know or not, but we had a fabulous time at the Flower Power Festival. I wanted to thank everyone so much for coming out. Last Prisoner Project and the Human Solution International, Mr. Joe Grumbine, came together and had these shirts made. So this is the other that we've got for the giveaway. So cool. We've also got new flyers. I think these are so awesome. Look at the hand reaching out, helping somebody, pulling them up. You know what I mean? Human Solution International. And so we got the new flyers. And on the back, it actually says all of our shows, the Canna Corner Show, Cup of Joe, Canna Views. So it tells you where to find them and what times they play. And then also it tells who the board members are and all the chapters and the leaders. It sends you to them. So I think these are really awesome. Becca Nicholas made these, created these up, and she did a fantastic job. Let's see what else. The DFW Marijuana March, y'all. Saturday, July 24th. They're going to be having it out in Fort Worth at the Burnett Park, I believe is the name of it. It's awesome, y'all. There's like 3,000 to 4,000 people. Normal's throwing this. A whole bunch of people, vendors, speakers. And then for the first time in Fort Worth, for a few hours, you can go and you can light a blunt and walk to the courthouse and you will not get in trouble. I've been for the past 2 years. Last year we couldn't have it because they went the Corona stuff. So I'm really looking forward to being able to go this year. I'm going to cover it as KM420 Radio and Canna Corner go and cover the event. So if you can make it to the Fort Worth Burnett Park on July 24th, definitely want to do so. There is you can look up, I believe it's DFW March, and it should pop up. It's July 4th. So hell yeah. DFW Marijuana March. That's what it is. Also, y'all, let's see. I wanted to talk about how Wendy Love Edge is going to be on Canna Corner next week at 7 o'clock. She is an amazing, amazing person, y'all. We love Wendy. And she came out to the event last weekend, man. It was just great to be able to meet her for the first time. But she has joined up, and we have joined up KM420 with Relevant app on Weedipedia. And so she will be coming and telling y'all a whole lot more about that. Also, I am going to start broadcasting live from the Relevant app on Canna Corner. I'm over there too. So every time I do a live show on Facebook, I'm also going to be going live now from that as well. So stay tuned for that. The surprise that I told you about. I've got my son, Jason Dyer, y'all. He's finally out, and I wanted to bring him over here to be able to get to meet y'all and talk to y'all a little bit. So without further ado, he is on his way over here. My son. Oh, I'm so glad to have him home.
Hi, y'all.
Heck yeah. So I know that he wanted to get on here and thank everybody.
Yeah, I really appreciate everyone that's helped me out, man. My own apartment. I'm staying here, but technically parole doesn't let me address to a moving home. And since it's an RV, it's been a little bit of a complication, but I do help the people that have been helping me out, and really appreciate it.
I know you had a few people who were writing you in prison too, right?
Yes, and I really appreciate that. Was it Glory? Who was that?
Tracy Galore.
Yes, especially Tracy Glore. Big shout out because
I know Kim Fogelman, I think,
yes.
Adam Fogelman's mom.
Yes.
And yeah, just a whole bunch of people. Eric kept him in letters and keeping his mind going while he was in there. So how does it feel to finally be out and back home?
It feels really good. A lot of times be stressful and my anxiety's been messing with me a little bit, but I've been doing pretty good, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good thing to talk about, you know, that he got put in there at 18 and it's been 3.5 years right now. And they get institutionalized being in there, you know, for so long you're one certain way and you got to do everything a certain way. And then when you get out, it's a shock to your system, right? And
yeah, it's a big, definitely a big change. And there's a lot of things that they don't do for you. What happened?
No, you're good. Keep talking.
Oh, okay. There's a lot of things that they don't prepare you for. They don't necessarily let you know exactly how it's going to be affecting you whenever you get out. And it was really a big, like, I guess you could say mind blow whenever I was leaving the county and they just hand me my bag full of stuff. And it was like, well, here you go. And I walk out the front gate and I'm like, so now what? But, you know, I got a lot of support system and I got a lot of people helping me out. And a lot of people helped me keep my mindset right, you know, and I just stay positive and just take it day by day, a little bit at a time. And it's all you really can do. But there's a lot of things that they don't try to teach you. And I mean, there's help there if you look for it. And I took a lot of classes and stuff, but nothing that's going to tell you like the amount of pressure that gets put onto you and whenever you get out and just the complications that arise.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely an eye-opening experience, you know. I didn't start this activism fight because he went in. We actually were doing this before he went in, and I definitely don't plan on stopping because we still have so many like you in prison still for a plant, which is ridiculous. And so, yeah, definitely keep up the work on that. I wanted to thank everybody so much who's already donated for to his GoFundMe. Farrah Hunter and several others have already donated, and I wanted to give y'all a big shout out and say thank you very much. There will be a GoFundMe link put in the bottom of this so that y'all can find it if you want to just donate 5, 10. All of that money is going to help him get into an apartment with his friend. They've already got a job lined up for him. His friend has a job already.
I start tomorrow.
And yeah, he starts tomorrow. So they'll be able to pay rent and all the bills and everything. They just need a little help getting into a place. And so if y'all can help, that'd be greatly appreciated.
There's also something I wanted to clarify too, because part of the reason that some people are being speculating helping me out is the fact that I went to TDC for a controlled substance charge. Well, what had happened with that was somebody that I knew and that I thought was a friend. I mean, I don't condone what I was doing, and I know that I was wrong, and I came a long way and far away from it and don't plan on turning back. But they had told me, hey, look, man, I need some bud. And I felt like that selling bud, I was helping people, because there are people like my mom who at the time, you know, we can't go to dispensaries here. So, you know, I wasn't turning a big profit on it. Really, I was doing it for myself and for the people that, like, that's honestly why I was doing it. And they hit me up and they're like, hey, man, I need some bud. I'm like, all right, well, cool. Meet me here, blase. And I did, and it ended up being an undercover cop that met me there. And 3 months later, there was some other things that had happened, and they wanted me to turn on some people for a bigger crime that I was young. I wasn't fixing to do that, you know, and they kept on hassling me about it. I went to interrogation, and they kept hassling me about it, and they ended up showing up at my residence telling me, well, look, you know, you're either going to tell us or, and I'm like, I'm not telling you nothing. I told you what I had to tell you, and that's it. I don't know nothing now. I don't know nothing later. And if you keep on harassing me, guess what? I'm still not going to know anything. And it was a big dude in this bulletproof vest with banana clips on, you know, and he was using a scare tactic on me. And he was like, well, you know what? You just dug yourself a hole. And I don't think nothing of it. You know, I was really far in my addiction at the time too. And I was really far in my addiction and, you know, minimizing a lot of stuff that was going on. And later on that day, towards the end of the night, the same person hit me up from 3 months prior, and was like, hey man, I need some bud. I'm like, all right, cool, yeah, I got you. And he's like, well, I also need some coke. I'm like, well, I don't sell coke. And he's like, no man, come on, I know you can get it. I know you know the people, and I'm just fiending, and I need your help. And I felt for him, because I know what it's like to be in an addiction and feel sick and need that. So I went ahead and I did it. And stupid to me, I ended up selling it to them, and that's how they got me on the coke charge. They called it building a case, but it was really why I feel entrapment. And that's what ended up giving me my 6 years TDC. So the speculation with me and the cocaine charge, that's the real story behind it. And I just don't want that to stop anyone. If you do feel like you could help me out, that would be great. And I really appreciate it. Like my mom said, all the proceeds are going to me getting an apartment, and just so I can make sure that I can stay out and continue to build up. And, because it is eventually going to be an issue, me paroling to a place that I'm not supposed to be at. And I want to avoid as many of those problems as possible.
Right. And I did want to also talk about addiction. When he was 10, we got court ordered because the school wanted us to put him on Adderall. And so we were court ordered because I said, no, I knew what Adderall was. I know it's almost exactly like meth. And I always had a real problem with it because I didn't feel just because he was just a little hyper that he needed to be put on that. So the school ended up taking me to court and court ordering me to put him when he was 10 on Adderall. And so he was on that until he was, 18. And then the doctor that he was seeing told him, you're no longer getting this, that you're an adult now and you don't have ADHD anymore, and just took it away. They didn't even wean him off. So I wanted to talk a little bit about it. So many people going on, whether it be pain pills and heroin, whether it be Adderall and meth. They're getting them addicted to these pills. And then, of course, just the doctors are getting in trouble now for giving too many pain pills. So then they yank it away. And those people are addicted now. They are physically sick without this now. And so they end up going to a cheaper way of medicating, self-medicating, which is heroin. Or if you're on Adderall, the cheapest is meth. You know what I mean? So we have all these people getting pulled off all these drugs. And I believe that is one of the main issues we have with big pharma and the fact that they get addicted to these, and then they end up going to a cheaper, easier way of getting their high because their doctors quit giving it to them. And I mean, it's just crazy. I think it's something that we definitely need to talk about and tell people, that this happens and it's not right. And then to put people in jail because they got addicted, you know what I mean? He knows he was addicted, and he's off all drugs now. He's on probation and parole, gets drug tested, and he wants to do right. I just want him to have the best chance. They set him up pretty much to fail as it is after they come out as felons. So
especially in my situation, Johnson County is very ticked off with me, especially since they had sentenced me to 6 years TDC and 2 5-year papers ran concurrent, which I wasn't even aware of the fact that it was 2 5-year papers, which my lawyer lied to me, and I didn't know what to sign for. I found out that it was actually my pre-hearing. It wasn't even my actual court case, which I had no idea what that even was, or I would have never signed for it. In this case now, I know what I'm dealing with, but at the time I went ahead and signed for it so I could just get my time out the way. I felt like I really did owe a certain extent to society, for I was getting messed up in a lot of things and going down a path that definitely was not something I depicted for myself, nor that I would ever want for anybody else. And I honestly think it is one of the best things that have happened to me. It helped me get my mind right. It helped me learn about myself, find myself, and learn that there's a better thing to do than to just go out and be in the mix and think that all that lifestyle is cool and thrilling. Well, so anyway, I signed for it. The lawyer told me that my mom told me to sign, because I told her, well, look, if my mom wants me to sign for this, then all right, I'll sign for it today. And she goes out to the hallway and acts like she talks to my mom. And lo and behold, they had actually kicked my mom and dad out of the courtroom because they had my little sister and there were some pedophiles there. So she's like, hey, your mom said sign. So I go and I sign, and that was not what would need to be done. And so anyway,
Yeah, y'all know what I do. I fight court cases for marijuana charges. That's what we do. And I would have never told them to sign that deal.
So I finished my time in TDC and I made parole in October, and then I went to a program called Safe B. It's a substance abuse felony punishment facility. It focuses on not addiction. It focuses on behavior modification, and I did not like the way it was at all, especially with COVID. There was no like restrictions on how because the inmates write you up. It's inmates sent on inmates, and it's ran by inmates. And if the inmate doesn't like you, he can just fire you up. Well, it didn't happen to me, but I just couldn't stand how they were treating other people. I literally seen this person who had a lot of mental issues that was there, and he was kind of a dick, but they started firing him up. He's getting all, you have to work for these hours that they give you. You have to go push a broom and clean. You're not allowed to talk. And they got this dude tapped out, which is you're supposed to sit in a cubicle like this all day long and not talk to nobody. I have to ask other inmates to use the restroom. If they tell you no, then it's no. And he would sit there all day long, not even moving. They would still write him up. He ended up getting kicked out of the program, and he's facing 50 years. And so once I seen that happen, I said, man, I got time served. So I go to court. I go to county, and then I end up going to court and find out that I was on 2 probations. So what they did was they gave me 22 months state jail, which I have over 1,000 something days good time. So I got time served. And I go to probation today for the first meeting, and I get told that, okay, look, this is what's going on. Your probation fees, your time served, or your probation fees, community service fees, and something else was put on the order that you just got time served on. And they switched all the fees for probation and put it on the new order, which I'm going to be talking to my lawyer about. But which I don't see how everything ran concurrent up to the point where I wanted to get all probation dropped.
And then what they did is they put the stuff that was on the one that was supposed to go away onto the one that you're doing, and they're saying no time served. He had like 1,000 something hours time served or day. What is it?
It was 1,200 something days time served for me being incarcerated in a penitentiary, and they gave me time served, but with all the fees and charges got transferred over. But if it's time served and that was connected with that, the same way that it was connected with Safe P, and you gave me 22 months state jail time served, all that should have went away. And then I tell them that I have a job, and I tell them, they're like, well, where are you going to work? And I told them a smoke shop. She emailed the court, and the court said, no, you can't work at a smoke shop because it's drug paraphernalia. It's not drug paraphernalia. It's novelty items until someone else decides to use it for whatever they decide to use it for. And it's of course, it's a marijuana smoke shop, and they sell whatever they sell. And I told her, I'm like, are you serious? And so she told me I can't work there, which I'm going to go work. That's the best environment for me to go work at. It's with one of my best friends, and what's better than coming out of the penitentiary and just being able to go somewhere that's a cool environment, calm, relaxed, and I won't have to deal with too many people. And the people I do deal with are like-minded as me, and it's a lot less anxiety and stress on me. But because of their outlook and their misconstrued views of society and how they depict things, they decide that, no, you can't work there. Well, I'm going to talk to my lawyer and try to get. He told me in court, he said, hey, man, look, they don't want to drop it. And I said, well, what do I do? And he told me, he's like, look, I can't tell you the MTR, which is motion to revoke, but I'm telling you that if you do decide to mess off your probation, then you'll have the same amount of good time on this case as you do the other one because it was all ran concurrent. So I plan on talking to my lawyer and finding out what I need to do. Worst case scenario, I will be going back to county jail and sitting for 3 months until I get a court date, and then get indicted then get a court date, and then go get time served. But he's a really cool dude, and he's really understanding, and he was really mad the way that they were doing me. So I imagine that the best case scenario is just going to be that I talk to him, and I can either go to overnights and fight the case from the world and get time served, or at least go to county jail for maybe 2 weeks and then get a quick court date because I have a lawyer fighting on my side. So please keep me in y'all's prayers, and help me with that, because I know one thing, my higher power is on my side for sure, because I came out to a lot of support that I didn't realize I had, and emotionally and physically. And I really do appreciate it. It means a lot to me. And I feel that they'd set me up to fail, but because of y'all's help, that I'm going to have a lot of success.
Definitely. Thank everyone so much. Thank you, Jason, today for coming on and explaining. I know that everybody's been following our story and your story, and it's so great to have you back and out of there and back home. So, but heck yeah, y'all. Much love and respect. I know we're running a little late today, but we had to get Jason and y'all. I knew y'all been looking forward to hearing from him, and I know that y'all are all so happy he's out. And thank you so much for all the love and support. And every Monday, 7 o'clock, Canna Corner. Come find me on the Candice Dyer Facebook page. Gets replayed every Wednesday on WJAE 420 at 2. And then also on KM 420 radio at 2 on Sundays. So I love and going to go ahead and say bye.